guys, welcome back to the Mojo Maker show. I'm Nikki Fogden-Moore, and once again I want to talk to you about those sticky subjects and get you out of a roadblock super fast, because often we spend so much time going around in cycles, overthinking everything. So I want to challenge you to the law of underthinking. Yep. That means stop overthinking it. So just make a split decision. Oh, hello, Roxy. And make sure that you back yourself. So underthinking, actually, Laura Brown, the editor from Style magazine in the US, she's an awesome Aussie, spoke about underthinking. Sometimes you just got to make a decision and go with it. Oh, my goodness, what's going to happen? A lot of the times, nothing but amazing things, but we get so trapped in rules of engagement, ideals, should do, could do, wouldn't do, that by the end we have analysis paralysis. We can't do anything. We're stuck in the same spot we were a day before. Part of the great things about being an entrepreneur or living your best life or being fearless is actually just doing underthinking, which means, does this feel right? So let's take Christmas, for example. You know, I think Christmas is a time where people get really stressed out. Not only is it the end of the year, work-wise, we feel we've got to get all these things done before the office closes, but also we're catching up with friends and family that maybe there's not always the best gelling with. So you just got to let it go. So before you go in and replace all your joy of Christmas with anxiety and fear and obligation and guilt, the fog of Christmas, I would suggest you just do a bit of underthinking, which is just turn up. You know, the wonderful thing about a Labrador is what they do every day is they just show up. They do the same thing. They're happy to see you. They're happy to have the simple things in life. And I think sometimes as adults, we actually have to take a little bit out of their book and just be a little bit simplistic in how we approach things. Because number one, stressing about something and staying in the pain of something, especially if you've read New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, anyone that's doing any kind of reading on connected development, personal development, why would you stay stuck in pain? Unless that safety zone is a really cool place to hang out, because you'd rather stay in the misery because it's what you know. That's a human condition, and it's something you do not have to keep continuing on with. And how do you get out of that? You stop overthinking and you start taking a leap of faith. You start saying yes to more things or no to other things. You back your decisions, you listen to your gut, which is deep in your solar plexus, so not your head that's busy with all these rationales and implants and imprints, but actually simplifying your life. What are your vital ingredients? Who do you love to hang out with? What do you really want to do today? What are the core elements and responsibilities that you have to do as part of who you are as an adult? You know, it doesn't mean suddenly just putting your hands up in the air and saying you don't want to deal with life. It means taking all the drama out. So underthinking is about removing fear, blame, shame, guilt, manipulation, judgment, anxiety, concern, everything that goes with wondering what did happen, could that repeat itself? Perhaps you don't know what's happening in the future. Oh my gosh, you have to figure out all these scenarios. It is impossible, because there is things that are far greater than us at play. And I think if you can have the ability just to stop and be in the moment and underthink, it's a really, really valuable asset, especially in times of overwhelm. We get so overloaded with information. It's never the right way to go. The last thing you want to do with your kids is actually put that more responsibility on them to make decisions with too much information as well. At a certain point in life, we just have to trust the process. You have to take your hands off the steering wheel and surrender and go, all right, I'm just going to see where it goes. What a journey. And I think that is very, very hard, because in today's society, we've lost so much hope. We've lost a lot of faith. We've lost a lot of trust. And so then people are trying to hang on to any remnants of control, of solidarity, of consistency, even if it's ones that we don't necessarily like, because those walls are very comfortable to us. It's like an old jumper with lots of holes in it. So this time around with this Mojo, I really want to give you the adage of underthinking. Quick yes and no answers, trusting your gut, not having a 17-minute discussion over one small thing. You know, it's as simple as walking up and ordering your favorite coffee. And if it's not perfect, that's okay, because at the end of the day, you've got another day tomorrow. So put things into perspective when you're making decisions. And if you're going through major life-changing decisions, you know, there's always that in our lives, and the older we get, the more we have of those. And At a certain point, you have to realize that you're not in control of every single other person, element, place, people, or thing in your life. You're really not. You only are in control of how you show up. You're only in control of your truth. You're only in control of how you communicate, how you think and act, and the alignment in that. And when you absolutely harness your truth with what you say to others and how you represent yourself and how you show up in life, it simplifies everything. Number one, you're completely in alignment, so you don't have to think about what you've said or if it's the right decision because it's your truth. Number two, people know exactly where they stand with you. And number three, you allow the next phase of whatever's happening to unfold naturally without trying to line all the dominoes up and have everything perfectly in a structure. Because you know what happens when we try and go for perfection, everything crashes down. So the beauty about this life is it is a beautiful mess. That means embracing the art of change, of play, of agility, of transparency, of the craziness that it is to be a human being in a world where we're doing so much. And that's what I want to encourage you, is to really let go, embrace underthinking, be a bit spontaneous, say yes, try something new, and see where it takes you, because this world really, really is a kaleidoscope of ideas, of creativity, of passion, of vision, of individuals. So many things are out there to experience when you just let your guard down and you give something a go. And the first thing you can do is reduce your overwhelm by taking all that mental energy out of your head, all that discord, all those discussions, all that dialogue, and simplifying it all and silencing the mind and going within. It's the best advice I can give you. It only takes 1 or 2 seconds to get recentered, and it will absolutely have you in the driver's seat. So that's my goal for you this week, how to underthink, especially leading into Christmas. It's the 16th of December. That is so crazy, but it is the reality. So what are you going to do? Complain about it, or have a really cool week leading in and be very grateful that you have another 1,440 minutes in your day to make magic. So as usual, guys, you can come join me on the Mojo Maker podcast, Vitality Coach TV, YouTube, Vitality Coach TV, and the vitalitycoach.com.au. If you've got questions, just email us, support@thevitalitycoach.com.au. Roxy, unfortunately, does not have her own email address, but she does dictate. So if there's any questions you've got from her, we'd be happy to oblige. Some cool new products out at the moment, my Monday Mojo quote cards. The books, as always, are coming in, and I can't wait for 2020 to finally have Adulting hot off the press and my 4th book out at the end of the year. So thanks for joining me on my little rattle of how you can navigate through this journey of life and amplify everything, because this experience is yours to cherish. So don't waste a minute, get in the driver's seat, go underthink, and let me know how you get on.